Right guy, shy guy. It's your birthday. Interesting thing, I wanted to make this video because I've been going through life, man. The transformation. When you get to a point in life where, and it's so backwards from how I grew up. How I grew up is you have a goal, sports, sales, something. You go after it, chase it, you accomplish it, you're successful. But after enough searching for external rewards, external validation, all I do nowadays is and I don't know when this exactly started. It's been kind of something pulling me inside to where I wake up every single day, and the only thing that matters is what is the purpose of life. It fills my head every single day, because once you get past the materialistic things in the world, you realize everything is temporary. And so I'm surprised more people aren't talking. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm in the wrong groups of circles or different things, and there's 8 billion people, so I'm sure you just gotta, with time, people will come who ask the same questions, and that is the question of what is life about. But there's different patterns, and what I've been doing, I wanted to make this video specifically because I want to remember how, like, all day today I went through Sadhguru's videos, Inner Engineering, the book, just very profound. I hope I am as wise as he is and have experienced some of the experiences similar to Sadhguru, because through everything in life, it's through your own experience, and your experience happens however you perceive it through the 5 senses. But I'm tapping into something I can't really describe it, and I don't like the English language because there's too many variables, how you say things, what your face is expressing at the time, anyway, there's too many variables for the English language. But what I'm noticing is I can feel, it sounds weird speaking it into the English language, but I can feel other things, like a unity, a oneness with everything. And also something I'm still struggling with, but it's helping. Going internally is helping me. With a fast pace, I want everything now, and just going after the next thing. But for me, right now, what I'm experiencing is just when I go inside and I do a meditation, and what I do is I just try to focus. Again, every meditation is different, but I just try to focus on breathing, being aware. How do I feel? And I had a really profound meditation today. And when I opened my eyes, everything seemed different. The exact same things I was looking at before, and the before and after of about 20 minutes of closing my eyes, I could see more vibrant colors. Things had a little bit more feeling to them. And what this is, it's the beginning of understanding that if you go inside, then what changes is your understanding, your perception, at least to a small percentage, to where you start to think about it. Life is tiny, tiny little increments. We call them days. Life is a bunch of tiny little increments that alter your perception or your interpretation based on experiences in life. So what's happening is internal experiences, because I'll tell you what, life is a never-ending chase of external validation, whether that's sex, money, pleasure, anything externally. And when you've had a lot of experiences, I want to have more, of course, but I'm doing this because imagine how you'll interpret the experiences if you go internally. And again, all of this is just the blessed journey we call life, right? We're blessed with this experience, and we're here for a specific reason. But a life would be squandered if we didn't wake up asking ourselves that question, because in today's society, everything we're going to need to be humans more than ever. And what I mean by this is, as technology takes over, and it's such a blessed thing, because imagine a world where you could just wake up and the technology is doing all the hard jobs for us, and you could just focus on what do you want to do, how do you want to live, what is my purpose. Right now you're focused on, I got to pay my bill, dang it, okay, got to do this work, and I'm stuck in this ever rotation of work, hour, trade time for money, rents, repeat, rents going up, groceries going up, thanks whoever's running the country and office. Anyways, you go through all these humanistic experiences, and it's like this rat race that you can't get out of. But what's interesting is you will be able to get out of that by going inside, because what will happen is your brain, how it works, how it perceives and interprets everything, you'll start to notice slow shifts. And I wanted to document this specifically because day to day I'm doing very similar things. Maybe go to the gym. I suck up a ton of information. I'm doing hours and hours of just a bunch of Sadhguru and different things, but mainly Sadhguru. But taking in the information and then figuring out how do I apply it to my life. And some of the stuff is so profound. I'm like inner engineering. I'm going to go through that probably multiple times, but he's such a wizard that it's like he'll go through one-liners or two-liners, and those one or two-liners are actual, like, here's how you change your whole life. Here you go. Okay, moving on. You're like, whoa, okay, I got to apply this here. So anyways, I am noticing patterns on my ups and downs of, I did just drink again. And it's so funny. It's the I guess the what if, like, why do you drink? It's part of this is what I know. This is, to game, have fun. Okay, then you crack open a beer, and it's just like kind of goes with it. But what I'm learning, I'm growing out of it, I feel, because what's happening is my body, I'm becoming more in tune with it, feeding it right, or going towards that journey. That's the biggest thing for me, is like, don't let it all get too daunting, right? Like, I have to do this test, this thing, change this, do this. That's what I love about the 0.01% every day. It's like, if we just read 20 minutes a day, if we just did something intentionally to live every single day, the daunting portion of it will be taken out automatically. You'll wake up and 2 years later be like, wow, I kind of accomplished a lot. And then tracking it, I'm seeing patterns. Like my life, I go like this. I upload a lot of YouTube videos, do a lot of stuff, a lot of output, blah, blah, blah. And then I do crash, and I'm like, okay, have a beer. A beer turns into, the dopamine. Let's maybe smoke weed now. This feels good. And let's, it's like chasing that external. Anyways, I'm just in human form figuring it out. But I wanted to make this video because I am noticing, I can't put it into the English language verbiage, but I'm noticing my perception is changing. And what's happening is my exact same experiences I had before, I'm interpreting them at a different level. And it's doing something. Like, I can feel people more through like an empath type of way. I could always feel people more, but my experiences are changing, and the irony is that it's the exact same experiences you would have prior. Going to Walmart to get food, going here to do this, whatever. I guess I would say I'm also I'm very grateful. I do walk around with a lot of gratitude, and I just wake up wanting, I see such a vision for the world where before I'm dead, what I want to do is create a how-to, essentially, where you plug someone that has no idea what the hell I'm talking about, you plug them in, and by the time they're done and this little system processes, they spit them out, I mean, again, it's an ever evolving thing, but essentially they're a transformed human into whoever they're meant to be. That's the thing, is everyone, the destination is experiencing life in who are we here to be, to become. But now I gotta go figure out all these. The thing is, one thing I want to say is Sadhguru says all these amazing, profound things, but then he says this is called chitta, and it's a type of meditation. So I'm making notes and then going back and being like, okay, how do you practice chitta? How do you, what does it do for you? Because the one thing that's very specific that I'm going to start consciously doing is he said that right before you go to the dream state, if you can consciously say, okay, this is where I'm going into sleep, bam, here, then you'll be able to differentiate sleep versus being conscious, and being conscious in that state. Anyway, there's a whole thing behind that, but just know you're awesome, man. It's okay if you make mistakes. Like, you did just drink, you did smoke again. It's okay. You're awesome. Keep going, and you're doing good. You're doing good. I think the intention of what I'm manifesting this intentional living club, and all it is really, I just want the world. I see so many things, but if we keep searching externally, then there's always going to be a next thing. There's always going to be a next thing. So if we can come up with a way where, because what's happening, what this is enabling for me is to actually be happy with everything I have, with who I am, with being happy in the now, versus if you chase that next job, that next promotion, it'll make you happy for a little bit, but it's not going to transform your life. And that's what I'm here to do, is transform people's lives. That's what I really believe. And because I wake up every single day and it's, how could I help people? I know I can help people. What is the process? This is basically trying to figure out what is life, right? Here's life, everyone. If it was easy to have a little report card and say, go 1, do this, go 2. And that's how, simplistic. That's the simplistic nature of humans, is kind of can only process, well, okay, new information, when you're writing the alphabet, I got to do the A a bunch of times. Sadhguru talks about that. How hard was it to do the A? And now you could close your eyes, do an A, here you go. But that's the whole point, is when you go into a realm that you are not practicing the mental exercise, and then it becomes, man, that's what I'm experiencing. Kind of crazy. Good birthday, and it's so funny. I always thought, good birthday. I didn't even really do much. That's the funny thing is I'm having experiences internally, and then it's making my external world, the simplistic things, just beautiful, and I'm finding beauty in such small things, small items that normally everyday humans would just be like, yeah, it's a rock, yeah, it's this. It's interesting. It's so funny. I wanted to get the cheesecake, a little piece of cheesecake. Oh, yeah, splurge, you're awesome, you just turned 30, all that stuff. And I looked at those ingredients, man, and there was no way I was buying it, even to splurge. There's 30 ingredients in this one little cheesecake. It's not what I want to put into my body. It will be cool to see all this stuff as like a video like this channel is just like my life right now, where I've gone, what I've done, and like kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to get more transparent. It's just hard. Video content is like a whole job in itself. It's actually crazy to like upload this one little video. Now I've been talking for 14 minutes. It's gonna take 3 hours just to upload. Like, it's the craziest crap ever. Technology needs to help with that. Editing, don't get me started. The future. That is one thing, actually, it jogged my memory. I was thinking about this. The future will be technology taking over so much, and not in a scary way, but again, it'll we as humans try to evolve, innovate. What's happening is the technology will take over the jobs no one wants to do, flipping the burgers, restocking, whatever, just like the basically jobs where it's like, why the hell have I restocked this 50,000 times? Well, someone buys it, someone needs it, whatever. But the point is that that's what I'm doing with this whole intentional living, is that we're going to need human connection and mental health more than ever, because there's something crazy I heard. I guess college campuses after COVID and everything, and just with technology, people have headphones in, they go in the cafeteria. And what I heard is college campuses nowadays in the cafeteria are quiet. Where when I was in school, the cafeterias would be the loudest. Everyone's, hey, blah, blah, blah. It was crazy chaos. Like, go look at, for you future generations, go look at movies. That's really how it was, of like yelling. Because like one conversation here, then, oh, it's getting loud. Everyone's going to be louder and louder. But now it's like you keep to yourself. What is going to happen is if you cannot control your mind and go internally, which I've had struggles with because I'm a very goal-oriented, next thing, more money, more this, next goal, this. And it's just never enough, and you feel so empty. So you have to go internally. And that's what this brings us all back around, is in the future, everything will be like, imagine you have a little robot. And this is how it should be, because it will get us to a level to where you can have the time to not do the menial jobs and all that, of tedious work. It'll open up the possibilities for you actually having the time to go and do the things that you should be doing, which is what is life about? That's what life is about. Experiences, you becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, right? And tapping into something bigger if you want. I mean, no one can force you to do anything. That's the thing. That's why they say you have to experience millions of lifetimes, because the amount of growth that you experience in this lifetime is so minuscule. And then take it a step further with how small we are. We're just a speck spinning on this planet that's going a zillion, so fast, and it's hard to even fathom in this little cranium. It's you can try and you can attempt whatever, but then take it a step further. The cosmos, it's a never-ending universe. Your brain just can't really wrap our heads around it, and we think we're such a big deal. I mean, I know my ego, it's definitely, I've been humbled as of recently, but my ego I'm great at sales, I'm great at sports, I'm good at all these things. You're awesome, right? No, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's but a blip, especially 50 years, 100 years. It's so funny how our egos, we think we're such a big deal. Blink and we're dead. We're gone. No one's ever, one generation later, and no one's ever going to think of your name. You know what I mean? So that's my point, is it's so fascinating with what I just said right there, that more people aren't asking the question, what is life about? It's not just paying a ridiculous assload amount of taxes and, having all this craziness happen, and you got to worry about all these little meticulous details in life. You know what I mean? But if the intentional living club, to get back to my point, is that we are going to drive it all home. And I'll stop talking. But just a lot of thoughts have been happening throughout the day. But we're going to need this, what I'm talking about, intentional living, more than ever. Because if we're not happy internally, then we're going to implode. That's what's going to happen. And it's not going to be pretty if everyone implodes on a world scale, right? I'm just thinking about future generations, because it's easy for me to be like, I'm fine, dude. I'm gonna live to 84. I could probably make it 54 years. We're probably good. It doesn't really matter about this generation. Like, sure, we could probably make it, whatever. It's more like, and that's the irony, make it is death, right? But when you're supposed to die, natural causes. But it's Scarlet, my daughter's generation. What about the generation after that? Like, what about 150 years from now? Imagine if everyone operated from a pure intention of doing what's good in the world for the sake of doing what is good, just for the sake of that. Imagine the kind of world we would be in. Because, like, think about it. If you go do anything, oh, I need this or anything at all in the world, it's all temporary. Anyways. All right, I'm going to go outside, meditate. Another thing I've been doing lately is grounding. My AC came on. Is grounding, where I just go with my feet, go outside, and this has been scientifically proven where it actually oxygenates your blood. But you put your feet on the ground, you're just one with nature. I've been going also next to trees, and this is something that I've been really excited about. Is I've been going, I mean, it's been weird, I guess, but trying to feel the energy of the tree. I'm exerting what the tree is inhaling, and vice versa, right? I'm inhaling what the tree is exerting. So just kind of the yin and yang imbalance of that. I don't know. Again, everything's perspective. Just try different stuff, right? And that's really, try things, interpret it, and practice. This is all practicing. And that's how these people get to be, like Sadhguru. He's been practicing, he's been meditating and all this stuff since he was just, like I'm talking about, it came to him, he needs to do it. It's like a pull, you have to do it. And that's what I have to do in life, is I have to do the intentional living of, it's the only way forward. I can see the writing on the wall. We have to go internally if we want to keep surviving and thriving as a species, because it'll be fine for the next, again, 50, 100 years, maybe even 150 years, whatever. But we got to be thinking about 500 years, 1,000 years. We're screwed. You're awesome, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good, man. Don't let the little tiny setbacks gargle your brain so much. You're doing good, man, and it's okay. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Need to shave my beard.